Hi everyone. In this session, I would like to discuss about asymptotic notations. In my previous video, I discussed about the introduction part of algorithms. So in this session, I would like to discuss about asymptotic notations. Introduction part of asymptotic notations. The efficiency of an algorithm depends upon amount of time, storage and other resources required to execute the program. If the amount of time and the storage are less to execute a program, then the efficiency is the best efficiency, and that efficiency is known as algorithmic efficiency of that particular algorithm. And the efficiency is measured with the help of asymptotic notations, and this efficiency is measured by using these asymptotic notations. Okay, what is an asymptotic notation? An asymptotic notation are the mathematical notations used to determine the running time of an algorithm. Different types of algorithms. By implementing them, we have different time complexities. So to measure those time complexities, we use these asymptotic notations, which are the mathematical notations. Okay, how this asymptotic note tends to vary towards a particular value. For example, we take insertion sort. When we want to insert a particular element into a particular position, so it should have some particular input. So that particular input will occur with some time complexity. So when the input tends towards a particular value or a limiting value, it must have some time complexity, and that time complexity is measured by using these mathematical notations, which are known as asymptotic notations. For example, in a bubble sort, when the input array is already sorted and the time taken by the algorithm is linear, that is the best case. Okay, again I want to say, in bubble sort, when an input array is already sorted, we take an array in ascending or descending order, and the time taken by the algorithm is linear because the array is already sorted. So it is no necessity to sort that given input. So it is the best case time complexity. Coming to the next one, but when the input array is in reverse condition, that is not either sorted one, then the algorithm takes the maximum time to sort. So this is the quadratic case where the time complexity is more, and this is known as the worst case. At the end of the video, I would like to discuss which is the best case, worst case and average case time complexity when the input array is neither sorted nor in reverse order. When this input array is not in either sorted or not in reverse order, then it is an average time. These durations are denoted using asymptotic notations. So this best case, worst case and these average cases are used by denoting using asymptotic notations. There are 5 types of asymptotic notations: theta notations, big O notation, big omega notation, little o notation and little omega notation. Coming to the first one, which is the theta notation, which is used to measure the average case time complexity, and this is the only a notation, but it never says that this function will occur in only average case. So this theta notation is just a notation to measure the time complexity. It is also used to measure best case also. So here it is just a notation, but this notation specifies the average case and which shows the equality conditions where both the lower boundary and the upper boundary should be equal, and that case is known as the average case. So the theta notation bounds a function from above and below, so it defines exact asymptotic behavior. So here this is the theta notation bound area where the input where the output time complexity is present. Here the above part which is big O notation and the below part which is omega notation. So the theta notations bounds a function from above and below, so it defines exact asymptotic behavior. So here this above part will be not considered and below part will be not considered, so the exact value will be considered as an average case time period. So let us discuss in a mathematical way. We choose f of n and g of n are two differential functions and say that they have same growth rate. Here the f of n and g of n will have same growth rate. If we take it is a linear, so the time complexity will be also in linear way. If we take a quadratic way, so the time complexity will be in a quadratic manner. So f of n is equals to theta of g of n. There exists a positive constant c1, c2 and n0 such that c1 cross g of n must be less than or equal to f of n less than or equal to c2 cross g of n. For all n must be greater than or equal to n0 and n0 must be greater than or equal to 1. See here n0 is the value which we are going to take, and here c1 cross g of n less than or equal to f of n is the omega notation case, and f of n must be less than or equal to c2 cross g of n, and this is the big O notation case. So let us discuss the example. Let f of n equals to 3n plus 2 and g of n is equals to 2. So f of n must be less than or equal to c2 cross g of n. This case is known as big O notation case, and here the value which we are going to take g of n and the constant must be greater than f of n. So here we consider g of n as n and c2 as 8. So when we take n as 1, 6 plus 2 8, and that is equals to 8 is equals to 8. When we take 2, then this right side part will be greater. Similarly this one. So here what is the time complexity? The theta of n, and this is represented by f of n is equals to theta of g of n. So here g of n value is what? N. So f of n is equals to theta of n. So the time complexity is order of theta of n. So therefore f of n must be less 4n must be less than or equal to f of n must be less than or equal to 8 of n. So the theta notation time complexity is n. So here there are different time cases, which is the best case, and here this is the worst case, and at the center we have n, which is the average case. Coming to the next example, let f of n is equal to 5n square plus 6n plus n. Here I want to say a easy method. Here we have to neglect the smaller value terms, and we have to take the upper term, and that will be the time complexity. So here for the average case only. So what will be the time complexity? Theta of n square. Here what will be the average case? N square. So this side values will be equals to the big O notation time complexity, and these values are equals to the omega notation values. Now coming to the big O notation, which is used to measure the worst case scenario of the algorithm. The big O notation defines an upper bound of an algorithm. It bounds a function only from the above. Here f of x and g of x are the two functions. Here f of x must be bound to the function only from the above. Here g of x is the function which is used to measure the time complexity. So which must belongs to the upper bound of an algorithm. So C cross G of X must be an upper bound of an algorithm, which will say the time complexity of the given algorithm. When we choose f of n and g of n are two differential functions and say that f of n with same growth rate or slower growth rate than g of n. Here when we say that f of n moves with the same growth rate, then it comes under theta notation. When f of n with slower than g of n, then we say that it is a smaller notation. So this smaller notation and theta notation, which shows the different time complexities. Here this theta notation which shows the best case time complexity, while this smaller notation shows the worst case time complexity in the insertion sort, which is theta of n square, which is worst case time complexity, and best case time complexity of insertion sort is theta of n. You may get doubt that, sir, which case would you like to use for performing an algorithm, developing an algorithm? I would like to discuss this thing at the end of the session. So f of n must be equals to big O of g of n. So there must be some conditions. There exists a positive constant c such that big O must be less than or equals to f of n, and f of n must be less than or equals to c cross of g of n. For all n must be greater than or equals to n naught. Here n naught is the value which we are going to assume, and n naught must be greater than or equals to 1, and c must be greater than or 0. C is the constant that we are going to take. Therefore f of n is equals to big O of g of n. Then only f of n is equals to big O of g of n. Next, let us discuss the examples. Here for I equals to 0, I must be less than or equals to n, I plus plus. For printing I, what would you think? What will you think the time complexity? The time complexity for printing I is order of 1, but we are considering big O notation. The time complexity must belongs to the upper bound. So the time complexity for loop up to n values is big O of n. So for next, coming to for I equals to 0, I must be less than or equals to n, I plus plus. For j equals to 0 and j must be less than on n, j plus plus. Print I into j. It is simply a multiplication operation. So you think the time complexity would be big O, order of 1, but this is big O notation, so we have to consider the upper bound. So for printing these n values, we have time complexity of n, and for printing these n values, we have time complexity of n. So n into n, n square. So here we have the time complexity of big O of n square. So among this whole program, which time complexity we have to consider, order of n or order of n square? We have to consider only big O of n square, because order of n is less than order of n square. So we have to take only the upper bound case in writing an algorithm, and this will be the time complexity of the given program. So in the previous time complexity session, that is theta notation, I discussed about f of n is equal to 3n plus 2 and j of n is equals to n. Example, how the time complexity is varied as an upper bound, as a lower bound. So here the time complexity is equals to n, and we can consider not only n but also n log n to the power of c, and c to the power of n, but n to the power of n. But to satisfy the condition of equality, first we have to consider the value of n, and then we can go on up to n to the power of n. Similarly, in this third example also, this is a quadratic equation. For solving a quadratic equation, make sure that the linear terms must be made into quadratic terms. So here I make to be quadratic, so 6n is multiplied with n, and 2 which is I multiplied, so I multiplied with n square. So 5n square plus 6n square plus 2n square, that is 13n square. So the time complexity will be order of n square. So we can consider not only O of n square but also O of n to the power of c, O of c to the power of n. Now coming to the big O notation, which is used to measure the best case scenario of the given algorithm and which has least execution time. Here omega notation represents the lower bound of the running time of an algorithm, thus it provides best case complexity of an algorithm. Here if we consider f of x is a function, we have to find the time complexity of this f of x. So we consider g of x as another function. So this c cross g of x must belongs to the lower bound of the f of x. So f of x and g of x are two differential functions such that f of n grows with same or faster rate than g of n. F of n is grows with faster rate. Here f of n must be greater value than the value of g of n. So coming to the mathematical notation, so f of n must be equals to big omega of g of n. There exists a positive constant c and no n naught such that 0 is less than or equals to c cross g of n is less than or equals to f of n. Here f of n moves with faster rate. For all n must be greater than or equals to n naught. As I discussed the example in theta notation and big O notation, here the values of the equality condition is there, so the time complexity is big omega of n. So we can say that not only n but the values of 1 and n log n also be used in this case of linear polynomial. When we consider a quadratic polynomial, here we take n square as the time complexity. So the values which are in the lower bound, that are 1 log n and n log n, the time are also the time complexities of the given quadratic polynomial. Coming to the little o notation, when we choose f of n and g of n are two differential functions and say that f of n with slower than g of n. Here f of n, when we explaining big O notation, here f of n must move with slower and equal condition, but here which is slower than that of g of n. F of n must be less than c cross of g of n. If we consider this linear equation 6n plus 2, so here its time complexity is order of n square. When we compare with big O notation, its time complexity is order of n, but it must move with a slower rate, so its time complexity is order of n square. So the mathematical notation is limit n tends to infinity, f of n by g of n must be equals to 0. So here I consider g of n as n square. So I put g of n in here in the denominator. So I applied hospital rule, which is in mathematics of intermediate. So 6 when we integrate it 6 by 2n, that is equals to 0. When 1 by infinity, the 1 by infinity value is 0. So coming to the little omega notation, we choose f of n and g of n are two differential functions such that f of n grows with faster rate than g of n. Here it is similar to big omega notation, but here it must moves with faster rate, but not with faster and equal rate than g of n. So f of n must be greater than c cross of g of n. If we consider the same example, so 6n plus 2, what will be the time complexity? Small omega of 1. But when we compared to big omega notation, what will be the time complexity? Big omega of n. So when we use the mathematical notation, limit n tends to infinity, 6n plus 2 by 1, which is an infinity, which satisfies the condition. Here there is a small graph which shows the time complexity effort, where omega of is the best case scenario, and big omega case is also best case scenario. F of n is the average case scenario, and big O n is the worst case scenario, and small o of n is also a worst case scenario. I think you understood about asymptotic notations. Now let us discuss an example for asymptotic notations, which is a linear search. Before discussing linear search, I would like to discuss about which is a best case, worst case, and the average case. Best case, the fastest time to complete with optimal inputs chosen, which optimal inputs means few inputs. For example, the best case for a sorting algorithm would be data that already sorted. When we take an sorting algorithm, the data is already sorted, so the time complexity will be the best case scenario. So the time taken to execute the first term is order of 1, and the worst case is the slowest time to complete with decimal inputs chosen. Decimal inputs means more inputs. For example, the worst case for sorting an algorithm might be data that's sorted in reverse order, the data which is sorted in reverse order, but here the data is sorted in order, but here the data is sorted in reverse order, but it depends on the particular algorithm. So the time taken to execute the nth term is O of big O of n. Here I said that here you can use the theta of 1, or big omega of 1, or small o of 1, or small omega of 1. Here big O or theta or big omega or small o, which are the notations to measure the cases, best case or worst case or the average case. Now coming to the average case, arithmetic mean, here the average case is the time case where neither the order of the sorting algorithm is neither sorted nor it is in the reverse order. Then that case will comes under the average case. So the average case time is equals to time taken by each case by number of cases. If we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the time taken to execute the first term is 1, and the time taken to execute 2 is 2, because after the completion of 1, the 2 must have to be executed. So the time taken to execute 2 is 2. So similarly 3. So the time complexity is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n by n. So as these are sum of the natural numbers, n into n plus 1 by 2, so that is equal to n plus 1 by 2, so which is order of n. The worst case time complexities and average case time complexities are almost equal, but in some cases they might not be equal. Here I consider linear search, whose time complexity for the best case is 1, and the worst case average case time complexity is n, and the worst case time complexity is also n. Similarly for binary search, which is 1 for the best case, and for the average case it is log n, and for the worst case it is also log n. Now let us discuss the example of linear search. Here in this linear search example, I consider an array of 6 elements, that is 10, 20, 25, 63, 96 and 57. First of all, coming to the best case, so I want to search 10. So I want to search only 10 and didn't want to search the remaining elements. So this comes under the best case. Coming to the worst case, when I want to search 57, which is the end of the array, which comes under worst case. When I want to search an element 63, which is almost at the center of the given array, so how to calculate an average case? Here, when we are considering an average case, for calculating 63, we have to calculate the time complexity for the before elements which are present 63. For searching 10, we have time complexity of 1. For calculating 20, we have time complexity of 2. For 25, we have time complexity of 3, and for calculating 63, we have time complexity of 4. And we not only stop at 64, but we also search for remaining elements if there is any 63 in the given array. So 5 plus 6 by number of elements, that is 6, that equals to 1 plus 2 plus 6, that is almost equals to 21 by 6. Which is almost nearly equals to 4 times. So here the time complexity for searching 57 is 6, for searching 10 is 1, and for searching 63 is 4. But here I want to say that here when we take the analysis, the time complexity of average case and the worst case are almost equal. Here why the time complexity are 4 and 6? Here why we consider these both are equal, but here they are differed, because here in this linear search it not stopping at 63, but it also considering 96 and 57 in the average case. So here we take time complexity of 96 and 57, so we take the n elements to find the time complexity. So the time complexity of worst case and the average case are equal. So I said that which type of time complexity case is best for developing an algorithm. So the worst case is the best case for developing an algorithm. By using the worst case algorithm, you may calculate the time complexity which is less. Okay, do you understand? The algorithm which is of worst case, whose time must be less, we consider that type of algorithm for our future developing of the program for an app or some other ways. Why we consider the worst case? Here in this worst case, we will select whole the n terms, but when we consider an average case, both the worst case and the best case will be considered, so we didn't consider the average case. So when we are developing an algorithm or writing a program, we consider the worst case for developing the program. So I think so you understood about the asymptotic notations covered with best case, worst case and average case. If you have any doubts related to asymptotic notations, you may comment below and share to your friends, and have a good day. Thank you everyone.